Society, am I right? uh, okay. So, very stoked to continue the lore through of Elden Ring today. Very stoked. We made it to an important location last night. And no, not Leyendell Royal Capital, but within it, here in this building, which is very dark, by the way. Hold on a second. Hang on a ding dang second. It's time to equip the torch. There we go. Whole ass pole. Eh, cool. Oh yeah, we put on Aldrich's gear. Here we are in what is known as the Fortified Manor. What? No, we didn't actually, Max. Yeah, that's an O'Reilly. Go ahead and elaborate on that while I elaborate on this. Ooh, real quick, point of interest. There's an Oracle Herald. I think they're called Oracle Heralds right there. All right, we have to be very careful not to actually die. There is a soldier over here and some other doggies and stuff elsewhere, but I'm trying to think the best way to get a look on the subject here. Can't really make it out. Oops. Should probably put the telescope on the first one, but okay. Now, let's see if we can't do a little trickery here. First of all, we're going to enhance. And then we're going to see if we can't brighten up the sub-J a little bit. Ah, now we are talking turkey, yes? Okay, dig it. Hold on, does that? Oh, it is. Cool. All right. Oh, you lied. You think it's Snake Eater? Well, I mean, either way, that's pretty cool. Uh, I'm iffy about Konami post Kojima leaving and stuff, and I'm a little bit worried that it's gonna lose some of its flavor. I'd almost prefer a re-release of MGS4 on something that isn't PS3. Wait, did they ever release it for PS4? Anyway, here in the front door of the Fortified Manor, we have a scene here, right? Looks like women holding jars and otherwise performing what could be like a baptism ceremony. Curious, yes? Let's shrink us back down here. Shrinky dinks. Alright, we'll see how this brightness enhancement treats us going forward here. I mean, we've washed out a lot of the contrast, but that's okay. We're here to look at stuff. Also, want to point out, look at the construction here. We're talking High Roman, uh, Byzantine, like the rest of the upper strata of Lyondell, right? I want to point out the building we're about to enter is anything but that. This has more in common with Norman forts, like you would imagine King Arthur, like Camelot or something, right? And on the map, we could see that this is the building in question. It seems to have a courtyard here, and it is in its own little walled-off zone from the city proper. and connects to the Divine Bridge. Oh, you need link privileges? Give it. It should work out. Hit it up. It should just work out, especially VIP. There you go. Oh man, is that like too long? Oh, it works. It works. Well, this is oh no. There's one thing I'd like to point out about this article, Cool Mix, though. Uh, it is recent, 28th of March, sure, but it talks about the reveal being at E3 2023, which we know, I believe, has been canceled outright. So, I don't know. The reveal definitely ain't gonna come there. But yes, connects to the Divine Bridge, which is where we warped early in the game, quite by accident, I believe, all the way from the Tower of Return here in southern Weeping Peninsula. Let's think about this a little bit. Yeah, well, I mean, E3 was what it was. I'll tell you what, as kids, Cool Mix, the part that was cool and awesome and rad and everything was the part that they filtered out to us for public consumption for sure. Because I mean, for the most part, it's a trade show, and I mean, people party down at any trade show, right? So just get you to a trade show, and you can enjoy the show or a con, and you can enjoy the social aspect you might have missed out on, and and then you won't need to also pay for like $1,000 industry pass or whatever it is. But let's think about this for just a second before we continue on here. Here we are, Lyondell, at the Fortified Manor, what's apparently the front door, adjacent to the west gate of Lyondell, and connected to the Divine Bridge, which kind of leads to the western gates, which there is no gate here of the inner walls of the capital city. So, but what's important to remember is that the Divine Bridge connects via portal, ascending gate thing, to the Tower of Return. So, let's think about why people from Lyondell, the capital, who have access to the Divine Bridge, would want to travel to the Weeping Peninsula. Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true, Cool Mix. Like, well, like Kojima wouldn't want to remake the Metal Gear games, and if he did, they would end up being like on the scale of remake that FF7 remake is, you know. And we're fortunate that FF7 remake has the continuity of creators between the original game and the remake. I mean, there's a lot of that team still in continuity. Yeah, yeah, I heard that too, Mix. That's companies be hiring companies to do things for companies. E3 on Jupiter went out to the high for 2004 nerds. It was the event. Resources and agricultural potential. Well, yeah, I mean, there's the general reasons for territory, but that doesn't necessarily. I mean, your armies can do that for you, right? Why would you need? I mean, I'm thinking Divine Bridge, high access. This is noble territory, right? Nobles use this. And in fact, if there's still time with my for after I run around the Fortified Manor / real roundtable hold, we might take the Divine Bridge gate to the Tower of Return and see if there might be a road. Because I mean, look, here's a road here, right? I'm thinking they wanted to get to Castle Morn because it represents their southern stronghold, right? But then why would the tower be across the bay? Anyway, we're getting on tangent here. We are at the Fortified Manor, which we've demonstrated is in Lyondell, but apart from Lyondell. Both physically demarcated by this wall, the dragon grandsacks, and a different architectural design altogether. First thing we did when we got here last night was, we took the bait. There was this body right here, had the set I'm wearing on it, and is apparently none other than Mad Tongue Alberic. And this is his robe. Set with red glint stones, said to be formed by the blood of sacrifices. Strengthens thorn sorcery. Thorncery. It's true. The lands between are shaped like a crooked finger. Fingy. Alberic was an aloof yet disturbed, heretical sorcerer said to have been driven mad by jeering tongues during his service to the Round Table Hold long ago. So we have a sorcerer here, who was in league with the Round Table Hold, which we are familiar with. Again, if we go to the map and press the buttons, we can see the Table of Lost Grace in the Round Table Hold, which is over here in the corner as if to represent its overall removal from the world at large. But yet here we are in its actual physical counterpart, much like the old Hunter's Workshop in Bloodborne. It's kind of a similar setup, right? Our hub world turns out to be real. Two-handing, oh two-handing, then behold seed. Oops. So, let's look at this armor. After I smashed one of them. Sorry. We have Banished Knight Armor. This is referred to. And it's notable for the dragon perched upon the helmet. The horn, an omen horn, no less, emerging from the shoulder. And the fine filigree and level of detail and articulation, and just the fine craftsmanship of this armor. These are banished knights. These statues are sword saint statues, which we can see from their well-worn and weathered appearance that these are very old statues, and in fact were probably even outside at some point. Lining the big entry chamber here are these Erdtree Knight statues. Here we can see the association with this place and the use of this place during Leyendel's peak period, the High Leyendel period, I guess we can call it. The statues themselves are newer, but the pedestals they are upon actually date from the Eternal Empire, and these sorts of features can be seen deep in the Eternal Cities even. And, in fact, the pedestals are contemporary to these statues, which are apparently the original occupants, or could be. Might be wrong about that. These pedestals are a little bit different. Curious. So, let's take one more look at the door. Almost forgot. There is a relief cut into the door besides the one we saw over the top. And it is, of course, a great tree relief of some design. Now, okay, well, I should specify, is it the great tree or is it the Erdtree? This is an important question to ask also. Because as far as we understand, there was an original tree that was felled, and later the great tree, or the Erdtree, was grafted to it, to the stump, and utilized the original rootstock. You don't have the right. Oh, you don't have the right. So we're going down a side chamber, which, ooh, brings us to the courtyard, which seems to be occupied by a particularly nasty contraption. Oh, a couple of particularly nasty contraptions. Let's fall back. Let's fall back. Really? Let's see if we can cannon blast it, rather. I backed away at that moment. You jerk. Oh. I accidentally two-handed my staff at some point there. Alright. Well, we cheesed the beast. Serves it right for trying to ambush us. Alright, let's go around the perimeter and see what we see. Here's this guy. Alright. I was like, it's gonna see us cross that gap and corner us. Somber 6. Lovely. I need Somber 7s, though, to be perfectly flank. Alright, run like hell. Ooh. Ooh boy. We can make it. Whoa, there was something inside of it, wasn't there? Drat. That was interesting. Alright, well, let's see what the courtyard inhabited by those mechanical monstrosities has for us. The Stormhawk Axe. That sounds like a fine weapon from the, Banished Knight collection, perhaps? Let us read. Oh yeah, the lore got me, you know. After I finished my playthrough and went frenzied, I spent the year since learning about, you know, the place I destroyed. And when you know it, I've come to love it. Where is this thing? Oh, there it is. Stormhawk Axe. Battle axe designed to resemble a hawk with its wings comprising the blade. Signature weapon of warriors who strive to remain one with the storm. Despite being so far from their place of birth, their hearts are proud and thereby easily undone. Unique skill, Thunderstorm. Cool. That's rad. I need to be stronger, though. 2 points stronger, only. It does. And it definitely reflected my mood as a player by that time. I was so sick of it. I was so sick of it. I just wanted it all to go away. Nascent butterfly. Ah, but here in this courtyard, we see more sword saint statues, and these are definitely upon the clover-patterned pedestals. Clover and shield, we should specify. First off, right. They're telling me about the nascent thing. And this, I see. This is the part that connects us with the Divine Bridge. Let's go ahead and activate this. It's so dark right now. So this giant lift, which is apparently mechanical, you can hear it working, right? Is lined all the way around with those saint statues. And this is where we first accidentally laid eyes close up onto the Erd tree. And we're like, what? And then there's this big dragon. We were like, what? But now with more learned eyes, we can think more upon what it is we are witnessing here. Also, if I recall, there are... Map required ahead, then seek down. There are golems up here, and other than that, it's pretty dangerous. There is a golem up here. I wonder if we can wreck this guy now. Let's give it a go, huh? 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 I think we should give it a go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I didn't expect him to be so nimble. But we definitely knocked him down. Oh, that did not do much. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. There we go. Ain't John Wick 81. Turns out the Gavel of Haima is excellent at slaying Golem. Now we get to take a look at this view here. Now, it appears, though, as though there were a bridge to some place, right? Let's see. Let's follow it along the line. First of all, we can see the Manor Erdtree Church, one of my most favorite locations. It points straight at Raya Lucaria, doesn't it? Right? I'm not tripping, am I? Yeah, hold on. Let's line our character's map arrow here a little bit more precisely. There we go. I like that. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's pointing right at Raya Lucaria, wouldn't you say? Oh, we've gotten that treasure box. And then I believe this gate leads back to the Weeping Peninsula. I don't want to go warping around. You know, I've killed some stuff. I want to keep things cleared. We're going to keep exploring the Round Table Hold, and we'll consider the greater context after the fact. Suffice it to say, we have this grand entryway from a road that doesn't exist that points directly at the Academy of Raya Lucaria. We have vines and wild overgrowth all over these ancient saint statues, featuring the same clover and shield relief on the pedestals. But how you doing, John Wick? Welcome in. Today's session's probably going to be spent exclusively in Round Table Hold and maybe doing that Weeping Peninsula route. Okay. So we're back in the courtyard, which is where you would descend from the Divine Bridge. And there's the argument that the Norman-style fort construction that we're now in, represented in the Fortified Manor, is an in-between architecture that took place between the architecture of the Eternal Cities and the architecture of the High Period of Lyondell, which looks like this. There's a lot of similarities between High Byzantine-style Lyondell architecture and Eternal City architecture. And there's good reasons for that, too, because it turns out Lyondell itself was once an Eternal City, but most of that territory has sank into the deep below here. And we may explore that again. Well, we will explore it again eventually. Alright, well, we explored down that corridor. We returned to the main chamber. Let's have a look at these banners. Once again on the banners, we see the depiction of the lion. This is a depiction of Sarash the lion, the same lion that's depicted on the back of Lord Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. Sarash became the symbol of the golden lineage after he assumed his role as advisor, so to speak, to Lord Godfrey after he stopped being Horaloo. Alright. I'm not sure I like this torch for the job. I think I'm going to use a different one. I don't have any other ones? Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's actually better. But I like the lighting of the ghost torch better, and it looks cooler. Chieftain of the Badlands, Horaloo. Don't you dare call him Susie Q. That was, I don't know, it's a bad joke. So here we are in the larder, which exists in the, I guess, alternate reality roundtable hold that we're familiar with, except, caution, stairs are out. We can't get up easily to where Master Hugh, the smith, and Roderica, the spirit tuner, normally make it. Now, this is where the descendant of Horaloo, Nefalilu, is currently situated in the round table hold. And I discovered what we need to do to advance her quest, and I feel silly because I missed it. I was there, and I missed it. Hey, thank you so much for the 100 bits, John Wick. Appreciate you. Let's see. These were the rooms that were locked by 1 stone sword key and then 2 stone sword keys, respectively. There's a gentleman right there. Hello. I'm just looking around, you know, research and whatnot. We have paintings of America, just like in the round table hold that we're familiar with. The Two Fingers Prayer Book. Thank you so much for the bits, John Wick. Bam. Get you some. It was a little slow on the draw, but we got you your shouty. Here's this banner, too. The Red Tree banner, I'm going to be calling it because I don't have much else to refer to it as, but other than that, I believe it's a depiction of the Great Tree, not the Erd Tree. Nice fireplace set. The fruit's in good condition. Here is a portrait of Lord Godfrey. And I believe we can even make out, yes we can, Sarash. Ah, it's so dark. You can just barely see, yeah, you can see Sarash as a shadow to Godfrey's left and image side right. Oh, you had a problem with me being here? Are you serious? Okay. Ooh. Hold on now. Hold on now. Ow. Look at you. You made me wreck the table. What's cooking? Visions of plump sort, then try gesturing. Alright, well, it's the kitchen. Let's, you know... Here we have a little stove. Little brick, you know, fire oven. And here we have a burner for a pot. Dried herbs hanging here. Sorry, I'm fascinated with this medieval kitchen. Here's the pots and pans and dishes. Here's another cooking station. Here's the big cooking station. And here's some produce, hanging meats. Cool. Produce. Sorry, I got some blood on your cabbages. Alright, so yeah, this is obviously like the living quarters and whatnot. Black key bolt. Did that drop from... Where did that come from? Black key bolt. Causes scarlet rot buildup. An assassin's tool of exquisite craftsmanship. The intricate spiral tip bores deep, injecting scarlet rot far into the flesh of its target. Curious why that would be here. But it also looks as if we're done exploring that little corridor. Let's advance and cross over this way. Here's an armory. Tons of banished knight gear. Cannonballs even. Javelins, swords, spears, shields. Crossbows. Yeah, this must be like the barracks. Pole arms, spears. Painting of the Erd tree. And the golden capital around it. By the look of it. Oops. Another grace. Excellent. And a painting. Flightless bird painting. This is the East Gate, or this is near the north western entrance to the outer walls of Leyndell, I believe. We haven't looked for any of the paintings we found, by the way. Speaking of paintings, these are all familiar to us by now. So this is like, yeah, a barracks. We got multiple beds here. But this is like, must be like a commander's barracks or something. It's pretty nice. Or just the fact that the round table hold here is obviously a stronghold for a powerful cadre of warriors. It makes sense that their command cadre would have comfortable quarters, I guess. Oh man, we're not done in here already, are we? I played Elden Ring first and then Dark Souls 3. I liked Siegbrow a lot. Oh, yes, Sigmire. And yeah, Alex, the Warrior Jar Alexander, whom we haven't seen since we defeated General Radon. Alright, so let's consider our next move. I had not remembered that access to the upper area of the round table hold was going to be basically cut off. There's that oracle again. Real quick, I just remembered we have their trumpet. The envoy's horn. Oracle envoys. There we go. Golden horn of the oracle envoys. Profoundly weighty. Its blows are sure to be felt. Originally an instrument, but one that cannot be sounded by a mere human, or perhaps it's too early to sound the call. Oracular bubble. Blow on the horn to release a magic bubble. The bubble floats gently through the air towards its target. The Siegbrow was the healing brew he'd make and give you... Oh, okay. There we go. That's a good horn. Alright, let's see. Well, we found Grace inside the round table hold, so I'm not exactly afraid of dying anymore. Case in point. Wow. Steps outside, immediately mauled by dogs. That's a doghouse, but no sign of the dog anywhere. Alright, well. Oh, wait. Here's an item I didn't see when I first wandered in here. Oh, good. Alrighty. If you think I'm not gonna nuke the dog, then you're wrong. This dog is getting nuked. Wait, where is it? Oh, there it is. Ah! Sweet revenge. Anyway, you don't fool with an immortal wizard, alright? That's just... It's against the rules. They come back to life, and then they explode you. Violently. We can hear the oracles blowing their horns. It's quite a beautiful sound, if you ask me. Yep. Ah, see, there's a door there. And it, oh, we could just go right up the side here. Capital. But first, let's make sure we're not going to get eaten by doggo. No, pretty chill. That actually scared me. Okay. So this building here is, of course, a Colosseum. And it's one of the older structures in the land as well. In the lands between, I should say. Also, I'm really, really, really counting on an Amazon order arriving, like, within the next 45 minutes. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't think so, doggy dog. Was that a magic? I need to remember to drink my Powerade. Alright, well, the ash drift here grants us access to the upper level of Round Table Hold. Which, not gonna lie, the positioning of this here stables, or whatever this is definitely a defensive weakness. They shouldn't have put one here. Especially now when the outside wall is perfectly good and missing. Well, I guess it's probably buried. All right. This was actually the way I first entered this structure in my first playthrough, and I was just like, dum-de-dum, what's going on here? Got a couple of rooms into it before I realized where I was, and I was like, wait, oh yeah, when I got here, I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so here's where we are. This is where Master Hugh is. And in his place, a sanctified wet blade. Super huge axe. And this is Hugh's hammer. Okay. Here it is. Hammer comprised of a large stone affixed to a metal handle. Originally a blacksmith's tool, the art of smithing is said to have originated among the giants. This weapon's striking attacks boast ample weight behind them. It's just an absolutely non-magical hunk of stone attached to a handle. How do you know? We also discovered a new whetstone, the Sanctified Wet Blade, with a cipher engraved. Ah, I can see it. Can be used as a whetstone knife when applying an affinity using physical or golden type ashes of war. An additional affinity of sacred or lightning can be chosen. Neat. All right. So that's how Landell keeps its soldiers all lightninged up and holied up. Alright, here's Fia's chamber. She keeps a lot of perfume on hand. By my sword. Who are you? A hero. Who were you? Okay, so this is definitely like the commandant's quarters. Perhaps even Lord Godfrey's bedchamber. The lands betwixt are too neat a line to tame my battle rage. Since its lust for glorious bloody combat is lesser than mine. I mean, there's plenty of things with less bloodlust. Also, here we are, the round table itself, which I just noticed has a gallery around it, but no real way to get up there, and it seems to be just candles overlooking. Oh no, I know whose room that was now. Fia was in there. But dig it. The round table hold in, as we knew it before arriving here, doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the Tarnished who later came here, in the fake one. Like, I know this was Fia's bedchamber, but it wasn't originally. Fia came to the round table hold. The fake one. The one that's way out here. And indeed, it's reasonable to think that Fia herself has never been in the real round table hold. But it is known that we're seeing, all this stuff around here. We got paintings of America and Godfrey. And hold on, I'm getting a phone call from my child. I'll be right back. Very frustrating. Normally my packages from, for deliveries arrive much earlier in the day, but it is what it is. You try to plan things and it doesn't go down. Smithing stone 6. Alright, and that descends back into the food preparation area and dining hall. And yes, here we are, the round table itself, and a rune arc at its center. So, now that we don't have the visual insanity of all the grace sparkling around this setup here, let's have a peek at some of these weapons stabbed into this table. Let's see, we got swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 swords in all. A couple of them look like Zweihanders. A couple of them, most of them look like Zweihanders. A couple of them are shorter, long swords over here. But one of them is a great big axe, which looks like it's made out of a different material than the others, which points back at this pair of doors here, which in the round table hold we're familiar with is the room that contains the two fingers and the finger reader crone with them. Here we can see the table is damaged where these weapons were struck into it. Doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense. I mean, this is like an iron table. And so these weapons would have had a hard time plunging their way in there, but whatever, you know, it's fantasy. I do want to point out that some of these weapons would be extremely hard to use, though, in practical terms, because they got roots sprouting from them, right? Now, if those were part of the original construction, that would make these incredibly difficult to use, or these are just decorative swords, or these roots somehow sprouted from them after the fact, all of them but the big axe, except for at the very tip here. But along the handles, the axe is clean. Along the handles of the other ones, they seem spiky with roots. What's the deal? Here we see our golden scion statues with the flower at the top golden. Upon the 4 clover and shield relief pedestals. Let's get a look at the throne room. Anybody in here? And so far, yeah, we found the place entirely deserted apart from those couple of commoners and then the them contraptions in the courtyard. And the presence of those contraptions is the most confusing thing to me. And here, yes, we have a throne room. We have hawk gargoyles kind of perched over the sides here. We got some weapons, just in case things get hairy during a heavy-duty council session, I suppose. And we have a throne, upon which we find the coated sword. And this throne is definitely like high Lyondell, and is a lord's throne. I believe only 3 in the whole game. But let's have a look at the coated sword. We already found a weapon like it. The Cipher Pata. But we're looking for the coated sword, which is a different thing. Here it is. Requires a faith of 20 to use. Just out of curiosity, what's this one use? Faith of 30, even more. Hidden sword once granted to the tarnished of the round table by the 2 fingers. A formless cipher comprises its blade, which deals holy damage no shield can repel. It's like a lightsaber. Champions would gather at the round table hold in days past, when the 2 fingers were masters of oration, their flesh yet full of vigor. Ooh. So, we're hearing of a time when the 2 fingers didn't look like a decrepit zombie fingers, I guess. Granted to the tarnished of the round table hold. So they were already referred to as the tarnished. But check it out. Besides, here we have a combination of various great tree representations. We have the great tree, which dates back to the time of the Saint and Great Tree Empire, which may be contemporary to the Eternal Cities, which I believe is a contemporary to the Eternal Cities, and or even it represents the Eternal Cities, especially while they were still on the surface. And mhm, and we have the more modern Erd tree tapestry, complete with the depiction of people hanging from the branches. Love you. Let's see. Once again, we see, the hawk motif is also related to the banished knights of Stormvale Castle. So it's in not only Stormvale Castle also shares the overall architectural design of this place in that it's kind of like a Norman fort, just like Castle Morn does also, which would indicate that these three buildings were all part of the same power and indeed spanned the lands between, right? From the Altus Plateau to where Stormvale be in Limgrave, Liurnia border, and Castle Morn way down there in the south in Weeping Peninsula. Oh, look at this. Here is a painting of red-haired Radagon. He who married Queen Renala and later left her to become second Elden Lord, consort to Queen Marika. He who attempted to mend the Elden Ring after Marika shattered it. Call for help. The library where Gideon be. This is where the bell-bearing maidens are. And here is where we met the spirit summon for the Dung Eater in the Round Table Hold. But it appears also that the Dung Eater struck here as well. This is the second such corpse we've discovered. The other was actually in this tower here in Lyondell. Ew. Hey everybody, it's pictures taken instantaneously. I am a photographic genius, if I do say so myself. Please, everybody, get ready for an instant nightmare, and type to the chat, please. Fuzzy curses. Let's yeah, I guess we'll shed light on the subject. Yeah. Fuzzy curses, yay. Here, we'll do erudition. Alright, that's fuzzy curses going once. Fuzzy curses going twice. Wait, hold on. There, I got it. Everybody likes that. Woo, alright. Thank you for that so much, Baked and Living. This is, of course, a Discord redemption gimmick. Please join, won't we? And you can see these in their own scrapbook channel. But besides that, they're on my standby screens here on the channel during breaks and the start soon screen and stuff. Wow, what a great photograph. I'm sure it'll always bring back the most traumatizing of memories. Let me post it. Boy, the Discord is about to be like, what the hell is that? Okay. Alright, there it goes. It's posted. Thank you for that. Alright, now let's see what this guy's got. Of course, it's another seedbed curse. We've discovered one of these before, like I said, on the other side of Lyondell, which indicates that the Dung Eater has been a busy boy He's been a busy, busy boy. It's very gross in here. I'm gonna leave now. Okay. That being said, I think that's, you know, our kind of our general walkthrough, the round table hold. Let's see. The Statue of America is gone. Fireplace is here. More weapons stuffed in the pizza ovens. This place was a pizza factory at one point. Just incredible amounts of pizza. You could do 4 extra large pizzas in each of these pizza ovens at once. So you do the math, you know, you're meeting the lunch rush at that point. Round table hold pizza. If it's good enough for Godfrey, it's good enough for you. Radigan, America, the Erd Tree, Landell, Godfrey, and Sirash. Batman. Hey, what's up, Mr. Carrots? Are you getting nuts? Do one of these this time. There you go, Mr. Carrots. Have a shouty. Enjoy Mr. Carrots' content, everybody. It's carrot content. You're not going to get better carrot content anywhere else. And if you want to know what carrot content is, well, then you're just going to have to tune in and find out what's happening, pal. Hey, Easton Samurai. Carrot's content is crunchy. It's the 3 C's. And I'm not going to elaborate on that joke's implications any further. Alright, let's get back downstairs, I guess. The round table hold done exploreth. Rated C for Christmas. Rated X for Christmas. Here we go. See, we got it. It's the taste you can Christmas. What was I going to do? Ah, yes, something I was meaning to do a previous session, but I accidentally forgot. So, here is the 4 belfries, or here are the 4 belfries. From the 4 belfries, we used an imbued stone sword key to activate a portal gate thing that actually took us. Where is it? To the Church of Anticipation, which is the starting area of the game. So we're gonna do that again because I missed something there. We went back there and we kicked that grafted scion's ass. Ow! And then we promptly discovered nothing else. Ah, good deal. Kickboxing. Let's see. We got to do the easternmost one. Easternmost, which is this one. That's not my horse. That was my Powerade. Whee! Yeah. Also, holy crap, I never noticed this relief. Who's this guy? Is this a bearded man rising from a crucible? There's a skull on there. Look at that. Look, I can't see it. It's too high up. There's a skull, and it's like a three-quarters view. Ooh, I'm fascinated by that. Alright, but let's go into here. James Gandolfini. I had a joke, but it's gone. Alright, so the Church of Usurpation is where we started the game at, and we got our butts killed by a grafted scion here. We since came back and kicked its booty, got a couple of ceremonial type weapons from it, a sword and a shield. Indeed. I hardly know Anticipation. This place is familiar. Yep, it's where you start the game at. And when you come back to it from the 4 belfries, you can, of course, exact your revenge against the grafted scion. And I happen to be pretty well over-leveled for that. But also, besides just the ability to come back here and you know, kind of remember our humble beginnings, and get a really good view of Stormvale, by the way. That's one of the coolest looking goddamn scenes in a video game I've ever seen. We're taking that picture. That's a picture postcard, and we're sending it to the Twitter zone. Enjoy that, Twitter. Get you some. Cool. Woo, almost died. Alright. What is this a sculpture of? Anywho. So I was like, yeah, cool. Sure, I'm glad I got to come back here. Nothing's new. And then I promptly left. Should have went over here. Where this door is open now. It wasn't open before. When are we exacting our revenge on that sculpture? Which sculpture? I'll smash it. I'll smash it good. The Stormhawk King? That looks like spirit ashes. And look at that, a treasure box. A treasure box that is the closest treasure box in proximity to your character when you first start the game. And it has Stormhawk Dean? Dean? Okay, well, let's look at that. Oh, Abyss Demon. Wait, Abyss Demon? Which one was the Abyss Demon? Yes, inventory. Were any of those spirit ashes? Yes, the Stormhawk Dean. Ashen remains, spirit of a fierce hawk that fiercely rendered lifelong service to an old king of Stormvale long ago, when the true storm raged. Its cries embolden its fellows in battle, and the tempestuous winds that encircle it shred through foes. That's pretty cool sounding, not gonna lie. The other thing must have been an ash of war, huh? Yeah, gotta be. Gotta be. No? Is it an incantation? No. Is it a spell? Hey, I'm back. So anyway, I was talking about some stuff. Right. So we talked about Stormhawk Dean. And then we learned that the other hawk item we just picked up is a key item. Ashes of a hawk revered by all others as sovereign back in the days when Stormvale's winds still raged like no other. Which is an excellent way to start a hip-hop verse that probably then proceeds to rhyme with your mother. This ancient monarch is proud, however, refusing to answer anyone's summons. Yo, mama. Mama said knock you out. Okay, so we got the ashes of a hawk that we can summon, and the ashes of a hawk that we can't summon. From here, we'll make our way back to the round table. Hold. Oh, the flowers are gold here, too. The pizza ovens are filled with swords. The table is in the state it's in. The chairs are made out of graham cracker. Yes, just one. Make it snappy. For those about to hawk, we salute you. Alright. But yeah, we can tell that Stormvale Castle and the Round Table Hold share a common construction style and iconography. And also shared with Castle Morn. Have you? And that links them all together. And, you know, let's look at the map. Castle Morn, Weeping Peninsula, Stormvale Castle, Northern Limgrave, Laernia, and the Round Table Hold up here in Altus. So it spans the entire lands between. And Redmane Castle shares this design too, I believe. I could be wrong on that. We'll have to check it out. Hey, what's happening, Hurrytron? Where's King Arthur? Well, King Arthur's Lord Godfrey. That's literally that's literally the allegory at play. They subvert and invert parts of the story to achieve a new one, kind of like using a different key in music. But yeah, Arthur is basically your allegory for Godfrey slash Siraj slash Horaloo.
No, no, no. How could I say Father has all... And now...
Here, we have the Stormhawk King ashes for her. You can have these.
Is that ash? I can smell the ancient storm.
It's delicious.
My thanks. I'll gladly take it.
And so we have Nefalilu, who is actually an ancestor of Horaloo. And who has this relationship with Stormvale Castle by way of these hawk ashes. And thanks for the stretch, Eastern Samurai. The hydration, the posture check, and we'll get you a shout out. Thank you. Cheers. And so, and this goes right along with Godfrey, aka Horaloo, being connected with the Round Table Hold, and by virtue of that, Stormvale and Castle Morn.
I'm not like Roderica. I don't feel the presence of spirits, let alone see them. Still, this ash, it reminds me of my first hawk. Thank you.
You're welcome.
In this ash, I can smell the ancient storm. It reminds me of my first hawk. In this ash, it reminds me...
Alright, I think we gotta recycle the area. She might have some different dialogue, or she'll just be gone. Hey, Roderica. Huge. Yeah. Oh, she's still here.
In this ash, it reminds me...
Okay. Tell you what, let's go check in with Fort Hate. I thought she was supposed to give us some dialogue about oh wait, no. Actually, I know what's next. So we can forego this part. We actually have to beat Margot to advance the Nefalilu plot, but we gave her the thing she needs. We're getting close to the end of my available streaming time. So, to wit, let's go find us a side dungeon or something and try to complete it, yeah? Let's think. Let's think fast. What can we do about it? Hmm. Hmm. Think. Think. Celia Hideaway. I wonder if I finished that. Hmm. I'm thinking carefully. There's no, like, side dungeons I can just think of that we can go to and check out. I wish there was an indication on the map whether or not you've cleared a side dungeon. But there are, like, teleporter things I haven't taken before. Let's try taking one. And let's turn the brightness down to what it's supposed to be. Now that we're not... Oh, that looks so much nicer with the contrast. That was very bright, now that I think about it. Nighttime looks like nighttime again. Yay. Alright, so... Down this way is that teleporter. Come, Torrent. Hoist us across the countryside. Ooh, the marker appears on my compass. I didn't even know that. I guess within a certain range, huh? Didn't expect shortcut, but behold, shortcut! Where does it come from? Where does it go? That's why we call portals Cotton Eye Joe. Oh, well. That's a shortcut, alright. Okay. Well, that didn't do much for us. Tell you what, we can go to the southwest to that church that's supposed to have that gentleman by the name of Vare, I believe. There it is over there. Oh, hi. You guys couldn't mount a defense if the enemy was a wet paper bag. That's the thing. That's the thing to say. Eh. Yep. Been a little while since we've traversed this region. Let's see. Keeping an eye on the horizon for the steeple. There it is. There it is. Oh, hi. Oops. Indeed. Look who it is. It's our friend from the very, very beginning of the game.
Ah, there you are. You claimed a great rune and had your audience with the two fingers at the round table home. What was your impression?
They didn't seem right.
Aha, your intuition serves you well. My doubts had been piling up, you see. The words of the two fingers cannot be trusted. Truly, naught but rambling, senile delusions. I believe that when the Elden Ring was shattered, the two fingers were corrupted, their guidance skewed. Even worse, the fingers harbor no love for our kind. That's the part that irks the most.
I know, right?
Oh, I have a gift for you. Something fit only for the wise.
Thanks.
A means for circumventing the draw of the two fingers. Give it a try, won't you? And if it please you, may we meet again. I've high hopes for you, my lambkin.
Don't call me that. So yeah, this is the Rose Church. We fought a blood noble here. Uh-oh, is there another one? Oh, there is. Okay. We didn't notice this. That was his failure. He's like, wait a minute, what did I get erupted out of the ground for? But yeah, blood clots all over the church. We have Vare, who has blood splatters all over his outfit, so to speak. Also, I hear one of those beetles. Is it one that contains... Oh, it's just health. Okay. Alrighty, gang. I think I'm gonna have to call it here. Or we might... Let's try using a bloody finger, why not? Attempts invasion of other player's world. Sure. Nearby only. This actually will progress his quest. And his quest is related to the Lord of Blood, so it warrants consideration. I mean, I don't know how well this is gonna work, but... And I don't know if we'll be invading anybody. You know, since invasions are basically an opt-in thing, a lot of players who are open to it are, of course, also ready for it. I am definitely not one of those players. I don't think it's gonna work. Still says attempting. I wish I could change the bounds, I suppose. I should have made it go everywhere. Figured that would have left us a little less restricted. But yeah, we just may have to call it. Yeah, I think so. Man, I'm really hoping the package arrives literally within the next half an hour. I'm upsetty. Upsetty spaghetti. 'Cause I plan my whole day around it. Yeah. What's up?
Be sure to try that finger I
It's
gave
delicious.
you. There's no reason to dither. The tarnished were spurned by grace, forsaken by the two fingers. And now they ask you to mend their crumbling world? Your loyalties are misplaced with them.
You're right. Finger doesn't seem to be working though, but we'll have to just try next time. Maybe it'll remember that it's active next time. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Nice chill session.